Hey guys, I'm Rachel DeSantis with the New York Daily News, and today we have some very special guests here. We are live with Laura London and Nate Schoeme from Animal Planet's Rescue Dog to Super Dog. And
Hello.
they brought some furry friends with them today.
Yes, we did. We've got Chully here, who's an 11-year-old Chihuahua mix. And then we've got Naya here, who's a 2-year-old, also Chihuahua mix.
She's so cute, and they're so good.
They're adorable.
I know. They're both available for adoption at Best Friends Animal Society here in New York.
Cool, that's awesome. So you guys are on a new show on Animal Planet, like I'm saying, Rescue Dog to Super Dog. And so that show will premiere Saturday.
Yep.
On Animal Planet.
Yep.
So let's talk a little bit about that. So so on the show, you guys basically pair up rescue dogs with people who need a service dog, right?
Correct.
So how did you get involved with that?
Luck. I think Nate and I have both been trainers in LA for a while, and it was sort of an aligning of the planets, and we got connected with Animal Planet and both really thought, what a great idea. We each had work experience with doing some service dog training with rescue dogs here and there, so we were familiar with it, and we were just happy to have the opportunity to kind of share that message with everyone.
And who wouldn't love a program like that? Amazing dogs, amazing people, and both of them helping each other.
Yeah, it's really the best of both worlds
incredible.
there. It's amazing. I watched the pilot episode, right before this, and it'll make you cry.
Yeah.
It will.
It's so sweet.
Yeah.
And so, I'm sure people aren't totally familiar with service dogs and what they can do to really help someone. So what kind of things do these dogs do for people? Like, if you're not,
Well, there's over a dozen different types of service dogs, and it varies from basic tasks such as retrieving items or maybe turning on and off the light switch to something more advanced such as diabetic alert training.
Or seizure alerts, or guide dogs is what most people see
Right,
out in the
right.
world, and they think that that's what you need to have a service dog, or that you have to be in a wheelchair or have some sort of disability that's visible. And there's so much more to service dogs. Service dogs do for their people what the people can't do for themselves. In the show we've got a woman who has an amputated leg, and at night she takes it off when she goes to bed, and then she'll be like, oh, the kitchen light's on, but she's only got one leg on, so she can send her dog to turn off the lights.
How does the dog do? Like, how do you?
You have to watch.
No spoilers yet.
I already spoiled it by saying what
Crazy,
she's doing, but there's so many things that they can do.
Right.
And you saw in the first episode, they can do like physical support and holding you up, or they can give you emotional support.
There's
and
nothing better
lifting
than
you
like
up.
coming home at the end of the day to a dog who's just been waiting for you all day.
Sitting there wagging their tail.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And it's great. We have 12 different incredible stories, incredible journeys, and 12 amazing dogs that, we had to step in and rescue them, but then in the end, they're the ones doing the rescuing.
Oh, that's so sweet. And how do you know? Like, you just have like a feeling that a certain dog is going to match up perfectly. You guys are like matchmakers, really. This is like
My yenta.
Yeah.
I think there is an intuition that we have because it's what we do.
Right.
But there's definitely a checklist that we're looking for based on the clients and what they need. So we got to make sure if the dog is going to be picking items up, the dog has some interest in picking things up or holding something in their mouth. Food motivation, interest in training. Like some dogs,
I just don't care.
I'm thinking not so much of a good service dog. Just saying.
She
right
is
here.
how old is she?
Amazing.
He's like 11.
11.
He could
Amazing
probably
companion, though.
he'd give a lot of emotional support.
Right.
But he's just over the training aspect.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm too old for
Well,
this.
he's like, get it yourself. I'm sorry you dropped it.
And in order for a dog to be a service dog or to be defined as a service dog, they have to be able to provide some sort of task for the individual that has a disability. Whether it's a physical disability that you can see, or it's an emotional or mental disability that they're struggling with, and there's a lot out there.
And so when you rescue them, they're not service dogs yet, but you kind of make the transformation, right?
It's a long process. I mean, training a service dog takes anywhere from 9 months to 2 years, depending on, because it's a lot of environmental exposure. It's getting them comfortable. It's getting them around a lot of different people and different, So that's a really large part of it. And everybody that we worked with on the show, they're real people with real disabilities, and these are real dogs, and we're still working with each and every one of them because we want to make sure that they are successful and that we're there to provide that support whenever they need it.
Yeah, we kind of just give you a glimpse into like the beginning, And the other thing that I love about the show is that we're empowering these people to learn how to train their dogs as well. So we're not just giving them a service dog and supporting the trained service dog and using that service dog, but we're teaching you, like, if this happens again, because your dog, you might outlive your dog. I know, as sad as that is. Like, next dog you get, like, you can teach it how to pick something out for you. You can, so we're giving, like, power back to these people who feel a little isolated and powerless.
Yeah, because that can be an overwhelming process, trying to train a dog.
Yeah, just a regular dog.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Not as even a service dog.
Especially when you don't know what to do.
Yes.
You know, you're lost. You're like, am I putting in valuable time, or am I just putting in a lot of time that's not delivering any results? And
right.
So we really focus a lot on the science of dog training and the philosophy and the psychology of how a dog learns and how they think and how they process information. So then, just like what Laura was saying, these people, when they're in a situation, for example, they're able to think to themselves how the science works, and they're able to problem solve. And if they run into something, usually it's, you know, something a little more complicated where they have to reach back out and say, hey, we need you guys to come out, you know, we ran into something. But a lot of occasions they're able to say, well, let me try this.
That's awesome.
And then it works.
That's
you know.
amazing. And how? So you guys said you've been dog training for a long time, and like, how did you both get involved in that? Like, what made this, you know, want to be something that you do?
Love, passion, obsession.
Easy enough.
Being your own boss,
Right.
working with dogs. I
Right.
mean, yeah, I had a career, like, regular time clock punching career for a long time, but, it really didn't feed my soul. And when I kind of came to that moment, I was like, I need to do what I need to do. I need what feeds my soul. And so I just completely downshifted and started a new career.
That's awesome. And were you like always a dog person? Did you grow up
Always,
with dogs?
yeah.
Yeah.
Born in the year of the dog.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Actually, I was too, I think.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I think anybody who's within the dog industry, whether it's, a veterinarian, somebody who's working at the shelter, volunteering, dog trainers, we're all pretty obsessed about dogs.
You can't not be if you're not.
It's across the board.
And even if you're not, I feel like spending all day with them, you kind of become obsessed on them.
I mean, it's great too, and it's, you find a job you love, you never work a day in your life, and when you're around the dogs too, I mean, it's been proven that they lower blood pressure, they take away anxiety, you become more relaxed, more focused. I mean, they're just the perfect package. They're amazing.
Yeah, and studies also say that when you walk a dog, you walk 25% faster.
Really?
So if you're trying to lose weight or
Not with my dog.
Go volunteer at
unless
shelter.
you have
My dog is like-
unless you have a bulldog or my dogs, then you'd be at
My dog is like 13 years old and a
I've
little
seen
fat,
it,
and
yeah.
he will get to the end of the driveway and he'll just plop down and he's like, nope, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not going anywhere.
our dogs could be friends. For
And
sure.
what's really exciting about this whole process is so many people have already started reaching out saying they want to help, they want to support, they want to maybe learn how to train service dogs to help people with disabilities. And one of the things that a lot of people could do even right now is going to the local shelter, volunteering, going to Best Friends and volunteering and taking these guys out on a walk and doing things that's going to make their life better up until the point where they're able to get adopted. Maybe if you're not able to be a foster parent, you can still go help and hang out with dogs, and what better opportunity is there than that?
Oh my gosh, look at this.
Oh my god. She's so cute.
She's the best.
He's just like, I need some water.
Aw, poor puppy.
Oh, Chully. Hi, sweetheart. Oh my heavens. You're such a mess. I love you.
So what has been the most rewarding part of filming this series for you guys? I know that's pretty, like, all of it is rewarding, but do you have like a moment in particular where you're like, okay, this is why I do this?
I think it's really been the transformation of the people that we're working with, because we train dogs and pets and for all sorts of things, and that's always rewarding to,
Very rewarding.
see owners get something out of their pet and their dog that they didn't have before, and that's really great. But like, I just feel like it's a little more impactful now. Like it's really changing people's lives that really need it. It's not like, oh, it's changed my life, I have a dog and I love dogs. It's like, I was on the brink and now I'm not, and that's kind of amazing.
And that's a good point what Laura says. It's not just the people in the show, the 12 people, that we worked with and we're still working with, but it's the amount of people, I think, that are going to be impacted and the amount of people that are going to be inspired to either stand up. So, for example, there's a couple individuals on the show that were struggling with emotional problems and stressful situations in their life, and some of them were a little afraid to come out. And I think a lot of people are afraid to come out and say, I'm struggling, I need help. Yeah. And that's really the biggest, in my opinion, the most brave thing an individual can do is to say, I need help, right? And when somebody sees somebody, for example, like Kalani, who stepped out and did that, and he came from being an officer in the Marine Corps, to be able to say, I have a problem, I need help. You know, there's going to be a lot of people that are going to do the same thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. It'll probably inspire.
Yeah, I think exactly. The show is going to have a ripple effect.
It really is.
And so for someone interested in adopting a dog from a shelter, rescuing a dog from a shelter, as I learned this terminology before we went to camera, you know, what should they know that's different than buying from a breeder? Like, what are the major differences and what should people know?
Well, with any dog, you want to do your homework.
Yeah,
you want to make sure.
Whether you're buying a puppy from a breeder or you're rescuing a dog or you've found one on the street or, you know, wherever the dog comes to you, you have to really know if it's something that you're ready for. Like, we talked about, like, if there's a family, sit down and talk about the checklist. Like, what do you want? Are you active? Are you not active? Like, do you like brushing? Are you an obsessive brusher?
Right.
Get a husky. You know, get a collie.
Do you not want to brush?
Obsessive brusher?
I don't know. I could, like, you know.
Well, actually, Diana was.
She loves brushing.
Yeah.
Right. And she has a Havanese. So it's
She's like,
great.
I love this.
I love this. It's super therapeutic. Like, I have short-haired dogs. I want minimal grooming. You know, so those things are important.
There's people who want dogs that can go out on hikes with them and go out on runs, and there's other people that want to, you know, Netflix and chill. So you want to find the dog that's suitable to your lifestyle and what, you know, you want from the dog. So then the relationship's going to be successful. And you also want to do your homework on training, right? The second you get your dog, and this is something a lot of people aren't aware of, but your dogs are learning 24/7. So when you have your dog, they are learning. That little brain's going, and it's picking up information, things that it can get away with, things it can't get away with.
Associations, yeah. And people say, like, oh, do you have to train your dog? And I'm like, well, do you have to send your kid to school?
Do you have to potty train your child?
You kind of have to, you know. If they're going to be, if you want them to be an active part of your life and be able to go to soccer practice and sit in a cafe with you and go places with you, then yeah, you have to train it. Some dogs are maybe going to have a greater aptitude for that than others, so some dogs will ease into that more than other dogs. But you're still going to have to work on that. I say, if you can, reach out to a local trainer in your area and be like, hey, I'm looking at adopting a dog. Can you talk me through? Most trainers do free consults. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking about, talk me through, what do I need? Will you go to the shelter with me? Do you know any rescues that can help me? And involve other people in the community. Don't just take it on yourself to fall in love with a really cute dog that'll break your heart because it's not the right dog for you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that totally makes sense.
Hi.
And that's perfect. I agree.
Amen. So, okay, yeah. I mean, this is Chully is available for adoption. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Chully is, yes.
And I believe that Naya has a home. We were just talking about this before.
That's right.
Which is great. But yeah, so anyone interested, the Best Friends organization, where are you guys located?
307 West Broadway.
307 West Broadway.
Bestfriends.org.
Bestfriends.org. So anyone interested in giving Chully a loving home in this
His
adorable little
face
tongue.
is so cute.
I know,
How
I
can you
love this
resist?
dog.
And so, yeah, so like you were saying, people who maybe want to get involved but can't necessarily take on a whole dog, they can volunteer at their local shelters,
Absolutely.
you know, things like that.
Yeah.
So,
And these dogs really need our help. They need us to step in because they're worth it. You know, they're amazing. They do amazing things. When you rescue them, you bring them home. They're a companion for life. And, you know, a lot of the dogs that have been abandoned or left at the shelter, they need us to step in. They need the people who have that extra time or want to become involved. It's important. So if you're thinking about it, stop thinking about it. Go down,
Just do it.
volunteer, right? And you're going to have some fun. You're going to learn some things, and it's going to give you this new sense of purpose too. And you're going to love it. You know.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for being here
Thanks
with
for
us
having
today.
us.
Thank you
Rescue
so
Dog
much.
Super Dog. It's on Animal Planet on Saturday.
Yay.
So thank you very much.
Bye, Jean.